So when it comes to washing the vehicle, a big question is always like, well, how can I wash it without installing any swirls or scratches? Because either you just want to do a proper wash. And the first thing you want to start off with is like, does your vehicle really like, not that it needs it, but if you're doing this as a business, like not every vehicle needs to be like a level 10 wash. Because if it's a 2012, and I said this countless times now, if it's a 2012 vehicle and it's never been properly washed and it's gone through almost hundreds and hundreds of improper washes, one wash, you trying to wash it properly one time, there's not much of a point in that. But regardless, if you want to minimize the amount of swirls and scratches at any point of, you know, whatever condition you're in, I find the best way is, it's not so much the specific method you're using, whether it's rinselage or traditional or like a Gary Dean or like a ammo style wash method. Whatever, you know, whatever your preference is. I think the more, at least in my opinion, the important part is like just removing the dirt off the vehicle in the first place with a pressure washer. Like that's the most straightforward thing. This one's gonna be primarily for when there's not a protection on there minus a coating. So if it's a wax or sealant, like if it doesn't have a wax or a sealant, I literally, or what I do is just spray a cleaner. Usually it's like a all-purpose cleaner, super clean, diluted like 4-to-1. 10-to-1 if it's not that bad, or like something really aggressive like the Adams tire and wheel cleaner, diluted 10-to-1, which is super strong. I don't think it's even, I think on the back of the label it says to not use it on paintwork, or at least don't let it dry on paintwork, but I use it because I just quickly rinse it off. So let's just quickly demonstrate. So this vehicle, this truck actually hasn't been cleaned, and I want to say at least like 1-2 months. So it is dirty, just the paintwork, you can't really see it that much. It's always going through like dust and like just gravel and such, so it is actually dirty. You just can't really tell. Calm down everyone, stop acting like, oh my god, shut up. Okay, so what I do is literally just, I have so this is the Adams diluted 2-to-1. I'll link it down below. Forget the name, forget everything, because I threw away the bottles because I diluted it already. And then this is super clean, diluted 10-to-1. 4-to-1 would be better, 1-to-1 would be even better, but I have 10-to-1 in here, so whatever, stop complaining. So what you literally do is, and again, I don't think they advise to use it on paintwork, but I quickly spray spray it on the vehicle and then rinse it off. Not a big deal. So if you're not worried about the protection that's on there, or there's no protection, then this spray bottle kind of sucks, but this is what I have. You just spray it on the paintwork, and I have a pump sprayer, I just didn't get it. Like, this is way easier, and you can quickly go over the car in no time with a pump sprayer. You let it sit there for a few seconds, not too long. The weather is perfect right now, so you can actually let it sit there for quite a bit. And you just literally rinse it off once a few seconds have gone by to remove that gunk. And then whatever method you're gonna wash it with, you're in the green light because you've eliminated the majority of the part. So then you just rinse it off. And there you go. With that method right there, whatever method of washing you choose, it's kind of irrelevant because you've knocked off most of the grime from the paintwork. So like, you could do that and do a rinseless wash and you'd be absolutely perfect. If you want to go with a 2-bucket wash method and still foam it down, that's like 1000% overkill. But if you want to go that method, like, that's fine. Again, this is primarily for like if you're not worried about the protection that's on there. If the car is protected, well then just pressure wash it because you already have protection on there, so it should come off easier. So that's the best way. And again, like, this is not an expensive pressure washer. I think it was like $140 for the pressure washer. It's not expensive. It's not like and it's not strong either. So if you have a stronger pressure washer, then you're gonna have better results. So that's my main method. If like, that's like if you get like, there's arguments of like 2-bucket wash method, 1 grid guards, no grid guards, towels, microfiber wash method. It's like, as soon as you just remove most of the gunk, choose any method and you should be good. As long as you're not using hard pressure, you're using like a decent quality microfiber anything, whether it's a towel or a wash mitt or whatever type of media you want to use to wash the vehicle. As long as it's decent quality, you're using proper technique in terms of like, you're not completely smushing the wash mitt into the paintwork. In my opinion, you're gonna be good. Now, using this Adams 2-to-1, I'm gonna do this whole side of the truck. It doesn't take long, and you're gonna want to do, primarily you want to focus on like the bottom portion, since that's where the most of the gunk gets kicked up on and stick. But if you want to do the whole thing, then by all means. But usually it's just the lower bottom half that you have to worry about. And you let it sit there for a little bit, not long. Well, specifically not this one because it's not meant to really sit on paint. So you could go 101 with whatever APC cleaner that you have, and then y'all rinse it off. And then you go, like me, I would go into a rinseless wash. So like on this side over here, I didn't do the top portion. So it's fine though, because it's not that dirty on the top portion anyhow. But you can literally like get through almost the entire vehicle. Well, not entire vehicle, but, and if you want to dunk it after the midway, sure. But I primarily always just use one bucket because I'm trying to simplify my life. Quickly wash it down. Again, like low pressure, nothing hard. You know, flip it when you need to. I'm in great weather condition, weirdly, here in Texas. So that's done. And then you come over here and do the same thing, because we knocked off mostly everything. So there's not much going on here that like, that's gonna be like the bucket, once it's done, it's gonna be mostly clean. Yes, I am still pulling off dirt on the wash mitt, but it's not like a significant amount of any sort. There we go. Now you might be asking yourself like, well, what if I don't have a pressure washer? Well, you go get a pressure washer. Like it's $150, like that's an investment in your business. But if you don't have a pressure washer, well then use a garden hose if that's the best you can. The primary thing though is, if you're okay with this method, is to spray it down with a solution. Let it sit there. With a garden hose, you're not gonna get that much off, like you're just simply not. But it will do something. Even using the Works battery powered pressure washer is enough to knock down enough grime. So if you don't want to carry like a box pressure washer, then spend 150 bucks I think on that battery powered one. Super compact. Hook it up to your hose or to a source of water and do the same thing, and you're gonna get the same results. Might take a little longer just because it's not that strong, but you can still get the same results. Going straight for an oil, I had to go for a rinseless wash. I'm using I'm using Great's Garage rinseless wash. And then now you can go straight into the drying phase, because you knocked it off with the solution and the pressure washer. You went in for the rinseless wash. It wasn't dirty after that rinse, and now it's just clean. So now you can just go straight into the drying method. So that's how I do it. It doesn't take that long with that extra step of spraying it down and using the pressure washer. Just the pressure washer alone, if there's like heavy mud and stuff, like if you're working on it on the fenders and such, you don't need to really, sometimes regardless of where you're working on it, with the pressure washer, you may or may not have to use that solution. It just depends on what you're knocking off and like how long it's been sitting there. So sometimes you can just get away without using the solution to pre-treat it. Other times it will help. Me, I just go straight for the pre-treat when I am doing this method. If it's a vehicle that just, it's been beat up, it's been through 100 bad washes, like do I need to take those extra steps every single time? No, it depends on the customer, what they're paying and such and all that, and expectations and such. But when I do choose this method, this is what I go with. Hopefully it helped you out. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns down below. If you want to check out the links to those products that I used in the description box down below. And I'll see you on the next one.